He's panicking.
Tom Cruise is Hollywood's ultimate daredevil, known for his relentless drive and unmatched commitment to performing his own stunts. He rose to fame in the 1980s with the movie Top Gun, and has since redefined modern action cinema through the Mission Impossible franchise. Cruise has been pulling off death-defying stunts in movies now for over 40 years, and it has ultimately become his trademark.
You cannot have Mission Impossible without having a sequence in which Tom Cruise is running.
3, 2, 1, action!
Throughout his career, he's drawn inspiration from a group of actors who he considers the best, actors who have pushed him to pursue excellence, who have constantly raised his standards, and Paul Newman is at the top of that list.
I traded her in on a pool game. But that wouldn't mean anything to you. Because who did you ever care about? Just win. Win, you said. Win. That's the important thing. If you don't know what winning is, Bert, you're a loser. Because you're dead inside. And you can't live unless you make everything else dead around you.
Paul Newman is a Hollywood legend, and his iconic roles like Fast Eddie Felson in The Hustler and Butch Cassidy alongside Robert Redford's Sundance Kid made him the gold standard for portraying morally complex anti-heroes.
I'll send a boy around to your room in 5 minutes. You better have the money or it's going to be all around Chicago that you're welched. You won't be able to get a game of jacks.
Tom Cruise has openly spoken about his deep admiration for Newman, both as an actor and as a person. His fanboy moment came early in his career when he auditioned for Harry and Son, not for the role, but to meet Newman. I auditioned for Harry and Son mostly because I wanted to meet Paul, Cruise recalled. I was nervous. As a young actor, you want to be liked, you want your work to be accepted. Though Cruise didn't get that part, Newman later suggested him for the film The Color of Money, directed by Martin Scorsese. In the film, Newman's Fast Eddie Felson mentors Cruise's Vincent, resembling the real-life bond that grew between the two actors on set.
He was a hustler, Newman. He always played everything down. Everything was like, oh, let's play some pool. You know, I haven't played in a while, my elbow's hurting. You know, you get the beers out and the stories start going, and the next thing you know, I'm getting cream.
Their collaboration in The Color of Money left a lasting impression on Cruise. Watching Newman up close felt like a masterclass in acting. But more than his acting techniques, it was Newman's dedication to his craft and the way he carried himself on set and in life that truly impacted Cruise. Newman became a blueprint for Cruise, shaping his values and how he approached his own career, which later defined his legacy in the industry. After Paul Newman's death in 2008, Cruise paid tribute to the legend, calling him an extraordinary human being. Reflecting on their bond, Cruise said, "He was bigger than life to me, but he always had a way of putting us all at ease. He called me Cruiser, or sometimes Kid. We would grab time to hang out whenever we could find it." Cruise closes his statement with a touching note stating, "His life will forever inspire me. The world has lost an icon. I have lost an idol." Dustin Hoffman is an acting icon who challenged the industry's conventional standards. Hoffman helped shift Hollywood away from the polished, theatrical style of earlier decades toward performances that felt raw and vulnerable. His ability to fully immerse himself in a character's emotions and his realistic performances became a benchmark for generations to follow.
It has to do with constancy. It has to do with patience. It has to do with listening to him. It has to do with pretending to listen to him when you can't even listen anymore. It has to do with love.
Cruise has always admired Hoffman's work and regards him as a legend. Hoffman, in turn, had been watching the young actor's rise, and when they met for the first time, Hoffman showed an interest in making a movie with him.
As I was leaving, he said, I want to make a movie with you. And I was like, that'd be nice. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. That'd be very nice.
In 1988, Cruise got his chance through Rain Man. The film not only featured Hoffman's unforgettable Oscar-winning performance as Raymond Babbitt, but also marked a major turning point in Cruise's career. Cruise spent 2 years with Hoffman while making the film and witnessed the acting excellence firsthand, which Cruise recalls, "He is a great actor and he makes you comfortable." It was a tremendous 2-year journey developing the character and learning from the best. Inspired by Hoffman's range, Cruise moved beyond the image of a handsome lead, embracing roles with emotional depth and complexity. His performances in Interview with the Vampire and Magnolia clearly reflect that shift, marking his transformation into a truly versatile actor.
A little slow tonight, isn't it?
Jack Nicholson is undoubtedly an acting legend who is known as an actor's actor. His layered performances and ability to bring a unique spin to all his characters set him apart. Tom Cruise had long admired Nicholson, and in 1992 he finally got the chance to work alongside him in A Few Good Men.
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
Nicholson not only delivered an unforgettable performance, but also took time to guide and support Cruise during filming. In a recent interview, Cruise reflected on that time, saying,
He was very generous, an actor's actor, and very supportive. Always pulled me aside, and that was a nice one, Tommy. Remember that in the next one.
Yes.
Through his experience with Nicholson, Cruise learned the importance of understanding the stage and aligning with the director's vision. He also observed the value of being fully present on set, and watched how Nicholson stayed curious, constantly learning the technical aspects of each scene and how every element shaped his performance. You look at guys like Nicholson, he absolutely understood the lighting and the lenses, said Cruise. He understood it so well, the stillness and the power of that character. He was looking for a center, and you could feel the energy that he was going, and he just centered it, and released like lasers.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
These lessons proved really valuable as Cruise transitioned from actor to active filmmaker. In 1996, he starred in and produced the first Mission Impossible film, marking a turning point in his career. The franchise not only elevated his status as an action star, but also positioned him behind the camera. Influence from Jack Nicholson helped Cruise become not only an actor, but also a technically gifted filmmaker. Buster Keaton was a pioneer of visual storytelling, using body language, movement, and daring stunts to convey emotion and narrative without a single line of dialogue. A young Tom Cruise admired these performances, and in an interview, he recalled his daring childhood.
Even as a little kid, I did stunts. You know,
You were doing it when you were a kid.
Yeah, I used to write skits to make my family laugh, as I told you, and I just loved climbing the tallest trees on windy days and kind of going back. And I was that kid that would jump off the roof, you know, doing flips.
Keaton movies had a profound influence on Cruise, especially in how he approaches storytelling and audience engagement through his stunts. For me, it's about storytelling, and I grew up watching Buster Keaton. They made me laugh and they had tension, so these are the kind of things that I want to really build stories around. That's why I started producing Mission Impossibles. Cruise was heavily inspired by Buster Keaton, who later motivated him to perform his own stunts. Over time, Cruise elevated the art of action filmmaking with his signature style of high-risk, story-driven stunts. His decades-long success can be traced back to this core philosophy and staying true to the lessons he learned from these legends who inspired him.
He is the one.
Keanu Reeves is one of the few Hollywood stars universally loved by both fans and colleagues. His humble demeanor and complete lack of ego have earned him a place in the hearts of many, including Tom Cruise. Cruise admires Reeves's professionalism, as both are known for doing their own stunts.
I love Keanu's work. Look, I grew up with Keanu. You know, you see Speed, you see The Matrix, and also what they did with the Wick franchise. And looking at that, you're saying, look at how they captured the tone.
And your son took that from me. Stole that from me. Killed that from me! People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, I'm thinking I'm back.
Keanu Reeves is often seen as the quiet counterpart to Tom Cruise. Both are known for playing legendary characters and sustaining long and successful careers. While Cruise became the face of adrenaline-fueled stunt scenes, Reeves carved his own path with roles like Neo and John Wick, which were more fast-paced and violent. Their parallel journeys in the action genre created a quiet rivalry, with Reeves's commitment to realism and stunt work constantly pushing Cruise to raise the bar and redefine what it means to be an action star.
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
Val Kilmer is one of the most underrated stars of his generation. Though he consistently showcased his talent playing iconic roles like Jim Morrison in Doors to Batman in Batman Forever, it's his portrayal of Iceman alongside Tom Cruise in Top Gun that remains his most memorable.
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Cruise publicly expressed his admiration, saying, "He's such a brilliant actor, and I love his work." After years of battling throat cancer and stepping away from the spotlight, Kilmer was personally invited by Cruise to reprise his role as Iceman in Top Gun Maverick.
I've known Val for decades, and for him to come back and play that character, he's such a powerful actor that he instantly became that character again. I mean, that is, you're looking at Iceman.
His brief but powerful appearance added emotional weight to the film, as Kilmer has since passed away. The moment served as a heartfelt tribute to both the actor and the iconic character he brought to life.